Roll the intro. Hi everyone, I'm Ryan and welcome to Safety with Ryan. Today we're going to be diving into the world of Roblox. Now I know what you're probably thinking. Why should we listen to a college sophomore? Or probably the bigger question on your mind is, why'd I wear a t-shirt to a recording? Rest assured, I'll do my best to answer all of your questions in today's episode. And by the way, I'm wearing it to represent Art Matters. Now today we're going to discuss the very popular internet hit game, Roblox. I know what you're probably thinking. What exactly is Roblox? I'm glad you asked. Roblox is a 3D open world compilation of games. So instead of being one game, that means it's multiple different games created by multiple different creators. Now, with a game like this, of course, there are plenty of parenting concerns that can arise. The first concern of the game is the highly popular horror base. In my testing of Roblox, there's a very, very popular horror fan base. Now, statistically speaking, there's only about 15% of the games on Roblox that are considered in the horror genre. However, in my experience, I can tell you that the percentage seemed much higher when I was playing through the game. You're gonna open up Roblox and you should see a section called Recently Played. This will show games that your child has recently been playing, and you'll be able to see descriptions of the games if you click on them. That way you'll see if any games are considered horror. And in doing this, you can potentially educate your child on why they shouldn't be playing these sort of games, as they're bad for their mental health. And something I should point out is that a lot of popular YouTubers also have Roblox horror playthroughs in case you want to take a little bit of a closer look at those games. Now, another highly recommended option is to actually put in age limits in Roblox. To do this, you're going to go to the settings, select parental controls, and when presented with the options, you need to select whichever feels most appropriate for your child. Now, of course, this isn't a fail-safe system, as some games, such as the popular game Intruder, a Five Nights at Freddy's knockoff, is considered appropriate for all ages, while other games, like a hide-and-go-seek game, are rated 13 and up. My personal recommendation is that you set it on ages 9 and up, as that will leave still a good amount of experiences open that are appropriate for your child. However, it's ultimately up to you on what you think is probably safe for your child. Now, once you do this, I would also recommend putting a parental pin in place to make sure your child can't change these settings. To do this, you can simply click on the setting with the pin and toggle the switch next to the pin option, and then follow the instructions. Now, please note when you do this, you may need to make a safe password for it so that they can't guess it, as well as provide email verification and know their username and password. Roblox has this in place so that kids can't lock their parents out of their accounts. Now on to the next concern. Roblox has a pretty popular chat section that is pretty notorious for bad talk over the years. Now I'm here to tell you that Roblox has done a really nice job of securing this chat section over the parental concerns. And there's actually now an artificial intelligence in Roblox that will filter out any bad or potentially sexual talk in the games. Roblox has also blocked the image ability in chat games so that porn can't be sent via chat. However, there are still some concerns in the chat about kids misspelling cuss words so that they'll evade the AI or some things like that. Now, luckily, this is a pretty simple fix. You're simply gonna open up the settings, similar to what you did with the first tip, and then you'll be able to filter out the chat settings. You can either leave it on friends only or no one in general. Now, I can tell you from experience, you probably don't need to be communicating with anyone if you don't have any friends on the game, so I would recommend turning the chat section off overall. Now, when configuring these settings, the main thing I would recommend you do is make sure that you leave the ability to play games with everyone on. This is because a lot of games in Roblox are multiplayer, and even though you will be playing with strangers, if you've disabled chat, you'll be just fine. Just make sure to educate your kids that they should not accept friend requests from people they don't know personally, as this is a way predators can establish direct lines of communication. Now, the final concern I want to address in Roblox is that nasty 4-letter word porn. Unfortunately, like a lot of popular games, Roblox has mischievous creators that will try to create games that are inappropriate for kids to see just to satisfy the adults on the platform. Now, the good news is there is a way to secure this that I came up with. You remember the first tip I gave you on how you can check the games your child's recently played? Why don't you go take a look at that again? You're gonna open up the recently played section, and at the bottom right corner of each of the games, you'll see a number. This is the current user count on the games. Now, games typically below about 2K users or 2,000 users are usually not that popular. And thanks to the almighty Roblox gods, they've done a much better job of filtering out porn in a very short time. So what does this mean? This means that there's not going to be a lot of users on any hidden porn games, which means that the user count on the bottom right part of that screen is going to be very low. So with this in mind, make sure you educate your child that they should play games preferably above 2,000 current users. In this way, they'll avoid accidentally running into porn maps. Now, also please keep in mind that the porn maps are very, very hard to find. Like, they're mainly on predatory chats and Discord and whatnot, but this is just something to address just for general safety. Now finally, one of the biggest things I can recommend is that you're in the room with your child while they're playing Roblox. Take some time to judge their reactions, see what they're telling you about, what games they're playing, and just make sure you're looking out for their mental health, because Roblox can have a lot of content that may not be safe for kids, such as the popular horror genre. Having an open and honest conversation with your child will be a great way to make sure that their mind's not put in the gutter at a young age. Now, with all of this in mind, I'll give you my final opinion, but ultimately I would encourage parents to make your own final opinion. Go check out the game, go check out YouTube, and make your own opinion about your own boundaries that your child should have. Now, in my opinion, Roblox is a very fun game, and I gotta apologize to my boss, I had a little bit too much fun in the office playing this. Now, there were two main concerns I had when playing the game. Of course, the game's fun, but the first one was the age limits. Whenever I implemented age limits, they just weren't really a great fail-safe system. There are some games that are rated very weirdly because the creators aren't taking time to actually check out the ratings and put some thought into them. So for example, like I told you about The Intruder, that game definitely should not be rated all ages. And then there was a tag game I tried to play, but it was rated 13 and up. So that's just to say, I'm not a huge fan of the age restriction system that they have, and I think creators can do a better job about age ratings when it comes to the game. And the second concern I had, of course, was the big horror genre. Horror games are very popular in the game because since it's outside creators who create games for Roblox, they want to make sure kids are compelled to play their games. These games are very mysterious, very curious for kids to be playing. And that's why they create these horror games, since they're very compelling games. Now with that in mind, if you take my advice, put these safety restrictions in place, I can assure you that your child will have a safer gaming experience. It's not going to be completely safe, that's unfortunately not how this platform works. However, it could be a lot of fun as long as you take the time to look out for your child.